How many solopreneurs, a one-woman show, or do we have in the room? Okay, so most of us. So I myself am a solopreneur. What I have found as the best way to get the most out of your marketing efforts as a solopreneur, someone who wears multiple hats, is to first start with understanding what marketing is and marketing isn't. So first we're gonna cover that. So what is marketing? Well, marketing is messaging, effectively communicating to the world what your product or service does. How does it fit into the lives of other people? How does it solve a problem or address a need? Marketing is distribution of that message. Marketing is distribution of that message in a way that mobilizes people, that gets them to take an action, invite you to a networking event or to speak on a panel, even better, to become a client. Once you nail down that formula, those three pieces, message, distribution, mobilizing, that's when we start getting into conversion. That's when we start getting into actually monetization, which is what, at the end of the day, what we all need for our businesses to grow. So great, that's what marketing is. Now let's talk about what marketing isn't. So marketing is not sales. It is not jumping on every trend. It is not social media alone in a silo. It is not a quick fix for all of your other business problems. So once we have that understanding, then we can move into building a marketing ecosystem, but not just any marketing ecosystem, not just a bunch of piecemealed together tactics and strategies and ideas. A marketing ecosystem is like cooking up a really good stew, like a hearty stew, one that can knock your socks off and can even cure a really nasty cold. So think about what goes into preparing that stew. So you need your ingredients. You want to know what you're going to put in it, right? Your protein, veggies, spices. And so once you understand what is going to go in the pot, you're off to a good start. The other thing that you need to make a hearty stew is time. So you need time to let that stew simmer and sit. You've got your ingredients, your components, you've got time, and the other piece to it is patience. But not just patience like I'm gonna sit here and wait for my marketing to do magic and to just miraculously bring me clients. When I say patience, I mean like checking in on the stew, like tasting it. Does it have the right amount of salt? Does it need a little bit more pepper? We've said cooking up a good stew takes these three things. The most important piece to this is understanding that you made a predetermined decision, right? You weren't gonna make a sandwich. You were gonna make a hearty stew to cure that nasty cold. So in a similar fashion, your marketing, your strategic marketing, before you decide what channels, what content, how many times am I posting, where am I posting, you start with the objective. What is it that I want to get out of my marketing efforts? I'll give you an example. Say you're opening up a new business. A couple people here said, I think one or two, I'm opening up a new business. Okay, so we're gonna focus on brand awareness. We can't focus on sales yet, right? We've gotta focus on letting people know we exist, letting people know that we're here. So what channels are we gonna focus on? Maybe it's not Instagram. Maybe it's your Facebook groups. That's how people are finding out about information. That's how people are staying up to date with what's happening in Cranford, what's hot and happening in Cranford. So it could be Instagram, but it also depends on your business. What is it that you're selling? So once we understand, okay, this is what I want to get out of my business, out of these marketing efforts, whether it's brand awareness or boosting sales, it's a lot easier to decide what goes into like the hearty stew. What do we want to put into it? The other thing about marketing is not getting in the weeds of wanting to tackle it all with limited resources and really just a limited understanding of what marketing is and what marketing isn't. The very first place that I recommend that you all start is going through that journey, going through the trouble of understanding, what am I even doing? What does this even do for my business? I think that's a really good way to save yourself money, so you're not throwing money at the problem with Facebook ads. That's a really good way of hiring support, bringing on someone who speaks marketing, who understands your business, who's going to do their research, and isn't going to sell to you magic or let's manifest success for this business through, just jumping on every trend, because that we can't measure, right? That's my approach on marketing. And I want to leave you all with something that I think is going to help to up your content game in 2025. If nothing else, I want to leave you with this about content. And it might be a little hard, a little harsh to hear, but I think at least one or two people in this room might just need to hear this. When it comes to getting the most out of your content in 2025, we're going to have to get resourceful. In your pocket or in your purse, all of you are walking around with the tools to become your own content producer, your own content curator. And so if you're not using that, if you're not leveraging that, it's no wonder you're feeling like you're falling behind. In your pocket, you have the tools to create video, take photo. If you're using your Notes app, I love my Notes app, because when people in rooms like this are asking questions or giving feedback or saying, I'm here because I don't understand the algorithm, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm jotting all of that down. And that is my version of ChatGPT, which is even better than ChatGPT, right? Because that's telling me what people are saying in real time, in real life, in the real rooms that I am spending time in. So I don't have to ask ChatGPT, what does the population in Cranford worry about or is trying to find out about when it comes to social media? Because I just walked away here with at least 3 ideas for content that people voiced, that people said. So use your Notes app, jot down ideas. If you're in the parking lot and you're having a burst of inspiration or creativity and you find yourself in that moment, what do I do with this? Jot it down. Use your Notes app in your phone. When you have an hour or two, set yourself up with a Google Doc and type up your thoughts. If you're not a good writer, use ChatGPT or some other AI tool and prompt it. Help me create content. Give me a script, something that's clear, easy to remember and deliver. So in your phone, I just described a videographer, photographer, copywriter. That's the art of resourcefulness, right? If you're not in a place where you can afford support, then get resourceful is my best advice. And once your business does get to a place when you can outsource support, then I recommend loving to pay for outsource support. So today, I knew I wanted to come in here and I wanted to focus on hopefully adding value, right? At least 1 or 2 people can go back home and use what I've shared. I didn't want to worry about setting up my phone and my microphone. I wanted to come in and worry about what I came here to do, share my expertise. And so to do that, I get to hire, I don't have to hire, but I get to hire someone who can shoot content for me. Because now I've given that content legs. You best believe you're going to see that content on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. So the money that I spend, I see it as an investment. I invested in that person to document this experience. And I'm not speaking on stages and at panels. I'm not getting invited to do this every other month, right? So I have to maximize return on investment. If I'm going to invest the time and energy to prepare for what I'm going to say here, even if no one showed up today, even if it was me, the event organizers, and the other panelists, oh, you best believe someone else is going to see this content. Because I have to make the most out of my investment. So if I leave you with nothing else, it's with, when it comes to content, practice the art of resourcefulness and learning to love to pay for outsourced support when the time is right.